What's going on, guys? Unknown Player here, and today in this video we've been taking a look at my hunter, taking a look at his loadout, his armor and weapons and all that other cool stuff, so you can take a look at what he's using and what I'm rocking with at the moment in the Taken King. At this point I'll probably do an updated video in a while where I get some more cool loot and I get some upgrades to my gear and I rank up a little bit more. But we can take a look at what I'm actually using right now, and also feel free to leave in the comments what loadout you guys are using, like what primaries and what subclasses and what levels you are, all that stuff. It'll be cool to see what sort of setups you guys are using, what weapons you like as well. So I'm currently at 300 light, and the primary I'm using is the Hung Jury. This is the Dead Orbit Scout Rifle, and it's actually amazing. I've made a separate video talking about why this weapon is so good yesterday, and I'll link that video in the description if you want to watch that. So other primaries that I've got is the Exotic Xalo Supercell. Pretty cool weapon. It's definitely very good for the Golgroth shooting orb section. I've got Red Death. That's probably my favorite PvP weapon to use. That's literally my go-to PvP weapon at the moment. And I've also got Boolean Gemini, which is also another weapon that I use for PvE. Also in PvP as well. Sometimes I like to use that Scout Rifle. It's pretty decent. But it's just a general nice, consistent Scout Rifle. Boolean Gemini is probably one of my favorites. And this bad boy is the Touch of Malice. This is one of the most difficult weapons to get. It requires you to beat the raid at least once and also get 45 out of the 50 calcified fragments on the Dreadnought, and a bunch of other cool stuff. It's a very rare weapon and also pretty cool. And in specials, we've got the Black Spindle. This is a 310 version, but I used the original 310 to infuse into this in addition to a raid weapon. So now I've got a legit 310 that won't be nerfed when they do that, and it's got that amazing 310 attack. It's basically an exotic version of Black Hammer, in case you didn't know, and I'll link also a video in the description if you want to check out how to get this weapon. Testo is probably one of my favorite new Taken King exotics. I actually love how it fires the void explosions. It's a really cool weapon to use, really unique, and I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, but it's genuinely one of my new favorites and a really cool special weapon to go to. And I've also got gameplay of that on my channel if you want to check that out. And then Hereafter is an equally cool sniper, very good for a lot of situations. You got to have a Fell Winter's Line there because this is simply just ridiculous. It's pretty broken in PvP, and the 2.0 patch didn't really affect shotguns all that much, although I'm hearing that this weapon right here, the Conspiracy Theory D, is also just as good, if not better. So those are ones that I like to keep around just in case. And there's also a 1,000-yard stare, which I don't really use all that much. Into the heavy weapons, I use this Ruin Wake infused at 300. Very solid machine gun, very reliable. It does arc damage, which is good against the Taken Centurions. I've also got the Soul Edge Sword. This is the solar version. I'm still waiting until next Arms Day to get my exotic Raise Lighter Sword. I can't wait for that. And then Baron's Ambition is pretty cool. That's an exclusive drop from the Saber Strike. And then finally, Quillem's Terminus. This is the Raid machine gun. Haven't used it yet, but it looks really, really cool, and that's definitely winning at points in that sense. And then we've got my Ghost, which is very weird. This is actually the Raid Ghost, which can drop. You can't preview it for some reason. I think it's a little bit bugged at the moment, but I'll put some footage right now of what it looks like in-game. It's a very, very cool Ghost and boosts my light level by quite a bit. Then onto my armor. My helmet is this random like blue 294 one, which is pretty odd. Nothing special going on there, hoping to get a nice raid helmet at some point soon. And I've also got my trusty Actifage and Knucklehead for PvP. I tend to just leave a lot of my PvP stuff on my hunter, like on my person, just in case I hop into a daily crucible or something like that. I'm currently using the Raid Gauntlets with 303 defense, and I've got the new Sealed Ahamkara Grass, which I got from Zer. And I'm also loving the Crest of Alpha Lupi. That is the chest that I'm using, and it lets me revive teammates faster and also be revived faster. Spawn more ores for my teammates, which is very good in the raid, by the way. And also more Scout Rifle ammo, which is good because I'm a Scout Rifle player. And also increase armor when using a Void subclass, which I am. So the Crest is a really, really good chest exotic, and it's just great. It just complements my class by a lot, and it's definitely one that I use all the time. The boots are the ordinary ones, but I still keep around my Bones of AO. Probably the most useful exotic you can have as a hunter in Taken King. To most, the Dreadnought is literally all about just jumping. There are so many jumping puzzles, so many jumping areas to get chests and loot and stuff. Jumping is really quite essential in the Dreadnought, so I always keep these bones around me. But the unfortunate thing is no Year 2 version, so it does reduce my light level by a little bit. And this is my raid cloak. This is pretty cool. I love the red and white look with the bones on it. It's a really nice looking cloak. And at some point soon, I'm going to complete the quest, which gets me the exotic Dead Orbit cloak. And I think I'm probably going to end up infusing this raid one into the Dead Orbit one, because I do need that extra light level, and I need the extra Dead Orbit rep and also the cool effect it does. So I'm probably going to end up having to do that, unfortunately, although it is a really nice looking cloak, this raid one. And then down here, I'm using the old-fashioned Timebreaker. This is the Vault of Glass Raid Sparrow. Still the best sparrow in the game in terms of speed and performance. It's just a really good one. I'm really glad to use it. And I've also got the Dead Orbit Ship, which is pretty rare. I think I got this when it was very, very rare, like since before 2.0. And I'm not sure whether it's still as rare, whether there's only a new one you can get, but this ship is quite rare. And some of the shaders I've got are mainly black and white ones. I've got the Scolus one, which I love, which glows. And I've also got this weird one called Burnt Marshmallow, which is pretty ugly, but also pretty funny as well. My emblem is from the Bungie Bounty back almost a year ago now, and that's definitely my rarest item. Probably less than 50 people in the world have this emblem, and it's when Bungie put a bounty on me and a couple other guys' heads, and with Deej, and we had to win some Crucible games. It was basically a Crucible challenge, and we won eventually and scored this emblem. We've also got some other emblems from like killing Oryx, from Trials, from killing Scolus and Iron Banner, all that good stuff. So that is a look at my current loadout in Destiny. Let me know in the comment section what you guys are currently rocking with, and what you think of my setup. Of course, I'm going to be improving that and increase my light level as I go. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I'll see you guys at the next one.